So much fun. Here we go. I am going to break this down into the separate phrases, and then at the end I'm going to play the track at full speed with the backing track. And then if you want it slower, you can just slow it down, and you know how to slow down YouTube videos. So starting with the first lick, we're at the 12th fret with our first, second, and third fingers lined up, and our pinky on the 15th fret. And I am doing this explanation in case other students want to learn this, even though I know you've already learned these licks, but also you may come across things that you forgot or don't remember. So every little bit helps, I think. Okay, so bending only your third finger, using your first and second fingers to support. Okay, and then you're going to hit the second and the third string together. So you have that sound. Kind of cool, sounds like a train. And then you come back down, but you don't want this. You don't want that. And then you're going to mute with your hand. And then do it again. And then you come down the second time. So you do want to hear that the second time. So you don't mute the release on the second time. So up, mute, release to the first finger. So again. And then you want to add vibrato to that. And if you see how I'm doing the vibrato, my hand is touching here, my thumb is up high, and I'm moving in this direction. Kind of the same movement you make if you were to turn a doorknob. That's the same, that's the way I was taught how to do it. That's the description that I was given, and it still works for me. Okay, and then your third finger comes to the 14th fret, and then you back to the first finger, and then your first finger goes to the 11th fret, and then you hit that note, and then you're going to hammer on with your second finger on the 12th fret and pull off. So you have, so again we have okay, third finger to first, and then we're going to go to the 14th fret with the third finger on the 4th string. So now we have, and notice how I'm picking with my right hand the ups and the downs that I'm doing, okay? So go back to the first finger. Now your second finger plays at the 12th fret on the 4th string. You hit it, and then you hit it again, and you slide to the 14th fret. So now you have a little faster. And you also want to give that last note some vibrato, okay? You won't have too much time once this track is up to speed, but if you have a little bit in there, it's going to make it sound good, okay? So that whole first phrase. Okay, the second phrase, starting with your first finger on the 12th fret, and then your third finger on the 14th, and then back to the 12th. And now you're going to bend about that far. It's a whole step, so your note should sound like this at the 16th fret. And then you hit the second string and the first string at the 12th fret with a flat finger. Okay, your finger needs to be flat. You see, as soon as I bend up, I mute with my thumb here on my right hand, and then I play. So you don't want this. You don't want that. You need to kill this note once it's at the top. At the 15th fret to the 12th fret, now you have, and when you do that the first time, you're coming from your first finger on the 3rd string, right? So you're bending, you move it down fast and make it flat, and then you leave it there and you use your 2nd finger to help support the bend now. And you leave your 1st finger where it is. So you have, and then you're going to go to the 15th, and then the 3rd string at the 15th, and then back to the 1st finger on the 2nd. Now you have, and then you're going to go back to the 15th fret on the 3rd string, and then you're going to go to the 14th fret with your 2nd finger. Now you have, sorry, and then you go to the 1st finger, and then you're going to do a hammer on and a pull off. So, and then land with your 3rd finger on the 4th string at the 14th fret. So you have, okay, slow, even slower. And then from here, your finger is where it needs to be right now. Your 3rd finger is where it needs to be. Flatten it because you're going to play the 4th and the 3rd string. Or, wait, hang on a second. No, you're going to play the 3rd and the 2nd string, sorry. So it's on the 4th string, but you're going to flatten it to play the 3rd and the 2nd string. Hit it once, hit it again, and the 2nd time you hit it, you're going to play 3 in a row with your fingers. So you have now this. Okay, now let me do that whole 2nd phrase again. Okay, now the 3rd phrase. You're going to start it around the 12th fret with your 3rd finger, and you're going to slide up to the 15th fret. Okay, so again, and then your 2nd finger on the 14th fret, and your 1st finger, 2nd string, 12th fret. So now you have, and then you're going to do the same thing without a slide, just with the first 2 fingers of the lick. So now you have, sorry, and now you're going to put your 3rd finger back on the 15th fret and slide to the 17th. So now you have, and then come back to the 15th fret. And then you're going to do a hammer pull off. So now you have, and the next note is your 1st finger on the 12th fret of the 2nd string. So now you have, and then again at the 12th fret with your 3rd finger, 15th fret, sorry, with your 3rd finger, 14th fret, 12th fret on the 2nd string. So now the whole thing together. Okay, that's the 3rd phrase. Now the 4th phrase, 4th and last phrase. Okay, you're on the 3rd string of the 12th fret to the 14th. Okay, and then you're going to put your 3rd finger back down on the 14th fret and add your pinky, and you're going to do a very fast little train sound there again with your third and your second string. You're hitting together, and then let go to the first finger. Third finger on the fourth string at the 14th fret. So that whole thing is. It actually should be a pull-off. Now it's tricky to get your pinky out of the way because your pinky is going to kind of want to go with your third finger, and if you're too much up like this, you're going to have open strings. So you kind of want to be muting with the underside of your fingers, so that you don't hear this. This could be the danger. Right? Because your pinky is going to pull off as well, and so that's the danger. So your pinky is here. You only want to hear this pull off. So now we have. Come back to your first finger on the third string, and then you're going to do that little that lick that goes. That was in the second phrase. So you bend. And then flatten your first finger right away. And then you're going to go to the 15th fret with your third finger and pull off. And then you're going to bend, a really high bend, a whole string bend. And then release, pull off, up, release, pull off. And then you're going to do one last bend with vibrato. You're shaking. This time you're shaking. You're literally shaking from your elbow. So that's 12th fret to the 15th fret. Just a hammer pull off. And then you're going to slide all the way to the 7th fret, and then 5th fret, hammer pull off. Now that part is actually where the guitar solo ends. At this point, he uses a device called an ebow. That makes the note, you hold it in your right hand and you hold it over the string, and it makes the string sustain. So you don't even have to pick. So you don't even have to pick the notes at all. So, but not everybody has an ebow, and even though it's a cool device, it was in the studio version. It was dubbed in, so you wouldn't be able to just like have an ebow and just like grab it and pick it up and all of a sudden be holding it and extend the solo. So I mean, maybe you could figure out a way to do that, but anyways, it's dubbed in, so it's maybe you could watch a live version and see how he does it. Maybe he does have one kind of nearby and he just picks it up really quickly and does it. Or maybe Kirk does that bit. I don't know. I've never really watched that closely. But it is kind of nice to do the first part of what the ebow does, just to kind of finish it off. It's just kind of cool. But you're going to have to just kind of do a slide. And if you have a lot of sustain, which you should be doing this, then it'll be fine. So. So slide. So I'm not using my right hand at all, and I kind of did lose a little bit of the sustain when I slid down to the 7th fret, but and you're going to want to mute those other strings because I was showing you, I kept my hand away, but it did leave a lot of notes ringing out. So let's try that again. And if my guitar was a little bit louder, just don't want to disturb the neighbors too much, but if it's louder, you'll get more sustain. And you can hear it a little bit better there. All right, so that's it. Go ahead and slow that down as needed. And I kind of did notice one thing. As I was playing it on the second phrase here, I'm using my third finger, and in what I taught you in the tutorial was to do. So that's one way, and I think that when it was fast, I found that easier, so. But I think it's whatever you're comfortable with. Both will work. So I just tend to do this little move really fast here. But maybe he does this, so you can try it both ways. So it's either sliding or second finger. So either way is good, whatever works for you. You can try it both ways and see which one you think you'll be able to do fast in the moment. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Good luck, work hard, and you will do great. Bye.